Hello students, welcome back to Narayana Digital Classes. Today we will be solving the assignment number 23 on the topic nature of matter. Let's move to the assignment. Here the first question. The amount of heat energy that is needed to convert 1 kg of a solid into liquid state without any rise in temperature. So here we need to find the answer, that is 1 kg of solid convert into liquid state. 1 kg of solid convert into liquid state without any rise in temperature. So here the amount of heat energy, right? So we know that generally a solid state is convert into liquid state. Right? Solid state is convert into liquid state. So generally this one is called as fusion, right? This one is called as fusion. So this process, a solid state is directly converted into liquid state, that process is called as fusion, right? So here the amount of heat energy that is needed to 1 kg of solid. So 1 kg of solid convert into liquid state that without rise any temperature. That process is called as latent heat of fusion. Latent heat of fusion. So 1 kg of the amount of heat energy required to 1 kg of solid state is convert into liquid state without any rise in temperature is called as latent heat of fusion. So the correct option is fourth option. Right? Let's move on to the next question. So here the question, latent heat of fusion of ice is. So just now we have discussed what is the latent heat of fusion. The amount of heat energy required to 1 kg of solid is converted into liquid state without rise any temperature, right? So here what is the solid? The solid is ice. The solid is ice. So here ice is converted into water. So 1 kg of ice is converted into water. So to convert the 1 kg of ice to water, how much energy required? That is 335 kilojoule per kg inverse. 335 kilojoule per kg. So the correct option is third option. Right? Let's move on to the third question. This is statement type question. So in this question they have given two statements. First one, statement A. The room temperature in Celsius is 25 degrees centigrade, which is equal to the 77 Fahrenheit on Fahrenheit scale. Right? The second statement is temperature on Fahrenheit equal to 9 by 5 into 0 degrees centigrade plus 32. Right? So we know that generally room temperature, the RT, room temperature RT equal to 25 degrees centigrade. When we want to convert this centigrade into Fahrenheit, we have a formula, that is Fahrenheit F equal to 9 by 5 into 0 into degrees centigrade Celsius plus 32, right? So here how much degrees room temperature? 25 degrees centigrade. Just substitute this value in this formula, we will get Fahrenheit of room temperature. So this is 9 by 5 into 25 plus 32. There you will get 77 Fahrenheit. There you will get 77 Fahrenheit. So the first statement is the room temperature in Celsius scale is 25 degrees centigrade, 25 degrees centigrade, which is in Fahrenheit how much? 77 degrees Fahrenheit. So the first statement is correct. So what formula we have used to convert centigrade to Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit to centigrade? That is 9 by 5 into degrees centigrade plus 32. So the second statement is the conversion of Fahrenheit to centigrade to Fahrenheit, right? So both the statements are correct. So the correct option is first statement. Both statements 1 and 2 are correct, right? Let's move on to the next question. Here the fourth question. The question is, in order to study the effect of temperature in bringing about a change in state, consider a very popular common example of ice. The process due to which a solid changes into liquid state by absorbing heat is called, right? So here the question is, what is the process, in which process a solid changes into liquid by absorbing heat? So the example they have given is ice, right? Example they have given ice. So we know that ice is solid. Ice is solid, right? When a solid absorbs heat, it will convert into liquid. It will convert into liquid. That means here ice is a solid. When it's absorbed heat, it will convert into water. It will convert into water. So we can say that ice, when absorbs heat, it undergo melting process or fusion process. Then it will convert into liquid, that is water. So in which process the solid changes into liquid state by absorbing heat is called as melting or fusion. Melting or fusion. So the correct option is second option. Correct option is second one, melting or fusion. Let's move on to the next question. Here the fifth question. The process due to which a liquid changes into gaseous state by absorbing heat is called, right? So in this question, in which process a liquid changes into gaseous state absorbing heat energy, right? Whenever a liquid absorbs heat, it will convert into gaseous state, right? It will convert into gas. For example, if you take water. So on absorbing heat, that means we are boiling the water, right? Absorbing heat, this will convert into water vapors. Right? So in a process, the liquid changes into gaseous by absorbing heat. That process is called as boiling or vaporization. So generally boiling is a bulk phenomena, vaporization is a surface phenomena. But in this both the process, the liquid changes into gas. So the correct option is second option. Clear? I hope you all understand well. Thank you very much.